Largo, Bahama. Come on, let's go Largo to the Chi-Chi, the Cha-Cha. Come on,
It's
pretty
Aruba,
mama.
Jamaica, Bermuda, Bahama, Key Largo, Montego, Jamaica.
Wait, what's it start? Okay. Give me the geographic locations one more time.
Aruba, Jamaica,
Jamaica.
Aruba, Jamaica.
Bermuda,
Ooh, I
Bahama.
wanna take you to Bermuda,
No,
Bahamas.
you said
Come
Bermuda
on,
twice.
pretty
Damn
mama.
it.
I didn't, you
Nope.
fucker. You're not listening.
Key Largo, Montego.
Montego, baby, why don't we go down to Kokomo? We'll get there fast and then we'll take it slow. That's where you are.
I just know that roughly 2 years ago, going down to the Florida Keys, driving through all of them, I think I butchered it about 1,000 times. I think Sarah wanted to drive the car into I was going to say a New Jersey barrier. Down there, who knows what they call it? Key Largo barrier.
But see, I can see you doing it the first time and just like naively messing it up. And then the second time, like, oh, I'm kind of trying to figure it out. The third time, hey, that's kind of annoying. The fourth time, I ain't trying to figure this shit out anymore. The fifth time, like, you know, we've got 12 hours to go, baby. Yeah.
I think I even was like, never mind. I'm not going to go there.
We should totally try to, like, have somebody remake that song with, like, places on, like, the mid-Atlantic East Coast.
We should, but have Fish do it. Make it like a 45-minute.
We'll go to Trenton, New Jersey. Come on, baby. Something.
Let's
I don't
catch
know.
scurvy.
Come on, catch that scurvy to Baltimore. Norfolk.
Oh yeah. Now, so anyway, that's well, fuck. Of course, I was going to say something actually on top of that. I don't know. Nothing really of note. Key West is a good time. Get your ass down there. Get on down to Key
This is the
Largo.
worst opening we've ever done already.
All right, let's start it over.
But no. This is good.
No?
This is good.
Okay.
You don't.
all right.
You want to restart it?
I do, but I don't. I don't because don't want to have to re-sing it, but I do, but I guess I want to re-sing it.
I mean, you sang it right when I gave you the location.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's hear it again.
Fucking West just interrupted you.
Aruba, Jamaica. Ooh, I wanna take you to Bermuda, Bahama. Come on, pretty mama. Key Largo, Montego. I'm a starting over because I don't remember the lyrics to it. Down to Kokomo.
That's how you should do Fun Fact Friday.
Y'all used to do it, you motherfuckers.
That's right.
You did.
That's right. That's a world famous song sang by the John Steve Miller
All
band.
right, we'll do Fun Fact Friday to fucking the Spin Doctors or whatever.
Oh, fuck. All right. We'll get there. All right, is this inside baseball or are we starting the goddamn show?
This is whatever we want it to be. Middle class souls, everybody.
Middle class souls, everyone. Hey, listen, 3 minutes and 30
Fox
seconds
Man,
in, you have yourself yourself a
sweating.
good day. All right. So what I was going to say is I recently was voluntold to manage an internal audit. Okay.
Wait, is that a term like in your world?
Oh, you're not familiar with being voluntold?
No, not at all.
Well,
Like, okay, is this where somebody gives you a directive? You don't have to do it, but you have to fucking do it.
Yes.
Yeah, more or less. More or less.
All right, I
I'm,
like
I'm
this.
familiar with it, but doesn't really happen to me.
Alan doesn't tell anything. He just fucking doesn't do it.
Voluntold to do shit.
Yeah. Is it in my fucking contract? No, then I don't do it.
That sounds great, but yeah, I'm not doing that. That's interesting. No, we were being audited. We applied for a very prestigious certification, and I was managing people within my company that were responsible for a variety of things to, basically bring to the table. So there's just like so many disciplines, and all these things have different check boxes and bullet points that they have to, that have to be completed in order for that specific section to be checked off by the auditor. What I found is managing people within your own company is harder than actually managing anything else. Yeah, I don't know. You have a leash for them. You try. You think, they're professionals. They'll get it done. A week later, like, oh, wait, what was that? Like, remember last week in this meeting that we had, I said, hey, I would like you 1 week from today to be able to do this. Like, did you do that? Yeah, man. Phew. It was a busy week last week. Interesting. It was a busy week for me too, but I'm responsible for what you're doing, and my ass
so
is on
you
the
actually
line.
have to manage now because everybody knows their job and generally they do it, but all of a sudden they have to do this fucking thing that they don't do all the time, and they're like,
And this
what?
isn't their job as well. They all got pulled in,
Yeah.
to be a part of this team for this certification that is very beneficial for the company. It gives us a lot of discounts. It puts us on a plateau that a lot of other companies don't have, yada yada.
Ah.
But I'm not saying my ass was on the line, but I'm going to tell you, I wasn't going to put my ass on the line for some schlep. I was going to smash their face into these books to be like, you fucking read. You read, goddammit.
Now, not to again, I'm not being critical. I'm being constructively critical. Is that okay? Is it okay? Are we in a safe space? Are we all right?
You fucking tiptoe a very thin line, you son of a bitch.
Okay. All I'm saying is I'm not discrediting your managerial capabilities. I think under normal circumstances, you do a dandy job. I think it's how you have to package it. I think you have to package the what was the term? The what?
Voluntold.
The voluntold. Okay, I think you have to manage the voluntold. Hey guys, listen. Will your paychecks be immediately affected by this? No. But will your career be continued by these actions we're getting ready to take? Absolutely. If you guys want to retire here or have an option of retiring here, these are the steps we're going to have to take moving forward. So for just this week and this week alone, I'm going to have an extra task for you. Something along those lines.
I don't know if I had that. That amount of managerial tapestry upon my title. These, like, a handful of these people were higher ups than me.
Yeah, I know, but you gotta bullshit them. Like, you gotta bullshit them in a most positive way possible. It's like anybody is like, I need you to do this extra thing that you never do, then they're just never gonna do it.
Well, yeah. I mean, luckily enough, I was with the team, the people when it came through. I'm just saying it added a different realm of what the hell I thought I was getting myself into. It added a different realm of I went into this thing like, this will be easy, working with a bunch of pros. These people get paid a lot of money. Guys who have certifications out the wazoo. These guys they could program a goddamn. These guys probably wrote Nintendo games back in the day. These guys probably wrote Tetris and Frogger and Battlestar Galactica. I don't even know if that's a game.
A whole fucking series.
Yeah.
But no, I get your point, man. But it's like, look, people are weird, man. People are weird. Like, okay, and no offense, Alan. Again, not in your contract. Get that guy to do something he doesn't have to do. It ain't fucking happening. Period. And I applaud him for it.
That's facts. No, I mean, we got like old timer like technicians, field guys that are like, nope, not doing that. And like, I was also having a discussion with another counterpart where we were like, those guys just hang around because they're the only ones that can work on like the 5 dinosaurs that are still alive in the field. And then once those 5 dinosaurs go away, bye. Like because back then, like, we needed smart guys to work like very complex fire alarm systems. Now they're like idiot proof. They've been made technologically advanced. You don't need fucking, actual engineering degrees to fucking put together fire alarm systems now. Like, teach anybody how to do it. Teach my fucking niece how to do it. Like, it's fairly simple.
Here's one that hits close to home for me is like the UPS guys, like getting like this massive fucking payout. Like they're going to be making like $50 an hour soon. And it's like $50 an hour plus like $50,000 worth of benefits and shit. And there's like tech guys that are now like, they're going to be making more than me. And they're just blue collar workers. It's like, yeah, because your job's about to go away. And manual labor is here to stay, motherfucker. There's certain things that technology can't do. You got in on that fucking wave, and that wave's about to fucking crash into the sand. And who's going to collect that sand, put it in a box, and ship it down the road? That guy making fucking $100,000 a year. That's who. So, yeah, like, people need to be aware of, like, where they stand and how fragile their fucking existence can be, because things are just fucking moving at a weird pace, man. Like, the up and down of job security is probably more topsy-turvy than it's ever been.
I just I honestly I sit around now, and sometimes in the context because it's like I'm in this weird like it's very old or like my age and younger, and so there's no like kind of in between. But like I look at those boomy like super late Gen Xers, and I'm just like. And the like are relishing in like not being able to do a PowerPoint presentation. They're like, "Oh, this dang fangled technology," and I'm like, "All right, bro, you about to be fucking obsolete yourself because you can't fucking press a button. Like it's you did this to yourself." Like
Yeah, I'm still amazed by people who don't understand Control F on anything. You know, you're like,
Yeah.
Control F. If you want to find something in the page, hit Control F. Then a little search bar will come up, and you can find something in there. And I would say about once every 6 months, someone I show that to is like, "Oh, dang, man! Oh,
Dude,
shit." It's
that
like
is the-
fucking their mind blew up.
you know, like
As
and
it-
that I was gonna sorry. That's one of them. Like cut, copy, paste. Like I control X, C, and V them, and like
God, thank you,
like
Alan.
peop-
Thank you.
fucking
Jesus
people
Christ.
are like, "What did you just do?" And I'm like, "I cut, copied, and I don't understand your question. Like, what do you mean?" Like,
Right.
Well, okay, and not to get too inside baseball here, but like, we do editing and shit for the show, and for like 15 years I did editing for a career essentially. And like I try to explain to people, like, if you know how to use Microsoft Word, then you know how to use pretty much every program that's on your computer right now. The shortcuts are the same. What's a shortcut? Oh, I'm gonna punch you in your dick. But yeah, so like highlight, copy, do what you want to do, paste it, blah 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 blah, cut it, paste it, whatever. It's all the same fucking. And it's just people like, again, getting
But
too comfortable.
paste it. What do you like? Put paste on your keyboard and
Yes.
does it?
well, dude,
100%. That's what you
I
get.
had this was even a couple years ago, but like this kid was like fresh out he was fresh out of college. He was like 21 or something, just graduated, and like I was standing over his shoulder like explaining something to him, and like I was like, dude, it's just easier if you open another window and then like drag that over there, and then you got your two screen actions. That's why you have two of them, is to make yourself more efficient, and like. It was a case of where like he was a generation that didn't have a computer, but he's always had a phone. So like a basic computer fucking function, which is like open another browser window. He was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And I'm like, "Another fucking browser window. I don't understand how to tell you this any differently. Open another one of those fucking windows that searches for things." And he was like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "That's called a browser window." I like. So it's like beyond. It's not even stupid. It's just like straight technologically. That kid was a victim of being too technologically advanced, being in too technologically advanced of a society.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's like I have like old versions of editing software, and it's so intuitive. It's like, what do you want to do? You got to tell it what you want it to do, but it's right there. And then the newer ones, I'm like, oh, it does it for you. So they don't know how to do it because it already does it for you. And look, bottom line is like, I got news for the people in the mind science communities. You're on short notice. All those people that you told to learn to code are getting ready to take your job because you don't know what to do with yourself. Manual labor jobs are coming back because that's going to be the only jobs left. Except for what Alan does. You son of a bitch. You just sell people the stuff that does the stuff. That's what you do. And God bless you for it.
Sell people stuff you absolutely have to at the mercy of your fucking local government.
That's
They
right.
say you got to have it or you can't be in your building.
And
You're welcome,
Wes,
America.
And Wes, you are now in this position to tell people who don't know what to fucking do with themselves, to tell them what to do with themselves. So
That's right.
good luck to you.
Well, I figure the people that I manage still have like a 20, 30-year window because of the evolution of technology. I don't want to get too deep in what it is that we do and sell and things like that. But I understand what you're saying. Like the deployment folks that I manage are still I wouldn't say like obsolete or on the verge of being obsolete because again it's basically we're giving government entities better technology, so you have to have someone actually go out there and rack and stack it, deploy the design that they. Christ, I sound like I'm at a fucking kickoff call that I made a PowerPoint
that's
for.
a technical term, rack and stack. That's
right.
That's a technical term.
You familiar with what racking and stacking is, there, Mur? Now, this is all. I feel like I'm creating a kickoff call presentation on a PowerPoint that we have. We have a template. Oh boy, it's shit. By the way, and we just go there and be like, oh, look at this, bud. You spent $1 million, and here's what you're gonna get. Some limp dick with a PowerPoint. Yalla. I'll send out meeting notes in case anyone missed it.
Got a scope of work. Fucking.
We got a Sal because we don't want to say you want to piss away the valuable syllables.
Yeah, Yeah, always acronyms.
Yeah, Sal.
Lots of whip meetings. Make sure everything's on track. Hitting milestones, project milestones, big.
Ad hoc call if in case something pops up in the middle.
Milestones. Those are big KPIs for the business.
Oh my god, you guys are just fucking losing.
RFQ and RFIs.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, gotta get that info on those ITBs, baby.
Yeah.
I need one of you
Don't miss
guys.
anything.
I need one of you guys to just get me a fucking job where I explain the things that you guys are attempting to explain right now. I am the master of dumbing shit down to the fucking masses, and I don't know what that job is, and I don't know where to find it, and I'd love to have it.
I was golfing with one of our fraternity brothers in a group and two other people who are like somewhat in the fucking commercial real estate industry, and like we got into this weird discussion where everybody was like, "Oh yeah, what division in the spec are you? It's 2026. I'm low voltage electrical. What are you flooring?" And it's a language that only people in fucking commercial commercial construction would understand. And I was standing there like we sound like a bunch of fucking dorks.
Sound like you're speaking in code.
But we were golfing on a Thursday, so
It sounds like R2D2 talking to 3P like Wait a minute. That spec?
It's like sometimes I'm under division this, but sometimes I'm under division this.
What do you want, Mur? You want a glossary?
I don't
job?
know. Yeah, I do. Look, I mean, bottom line is like my job is fucking like, can you do it, and can you be here? I mean, it's literally can your body physically do this thing, and will you be here tomorrow? And if the two answers are yes, then everything's a-okay. Let me use this thing between the fucking eyeballs, man. Let me use this thing inside the fuck. That's all. That's what I want to do. That's what I did. Anyway, whatever. You're gonna depress me if we continue this conversation. That's what I'm gonna say.
Lighten up.
Lighten up. Why don't you manage my lightening up?
Okay.
Fucking project manager. Manage the project that is Andrew Murr. Why don't you do that?
All right. Well, listen, because I know it was a real nail biter for you. Our company ended up getting the certification.
Oh,
So
good.
there's that.
Good. A bunch of fucking nincompoops fucking came together at the last minute like Rudy on the fucking last play of his fucking college career, and you guys got it done. Yippee-ki-yay. Here comes more of my tax dollars to fund your retirement. I'm so happy for you.
John Favreau was there. He was like, there he is. There's my guy. There's Rudy. A lot of people forget he was in that movie.
That's John Favreau.
He was just like kind of chunky, right? He was his roommate that he called like beef or something.
Yeah. He was like,
Holy shit. And now John Favreau is basically in charge of the Star Wars fucking universe.
Yep.
Small world. Small world.
It's and he's weirdly enough, he's one of those guys that if I mention it to a lot of people, most people will get it, but occasionally you get someone like, huh? And you say, if I showed you his face, you'll know who I'm talking about. And then you do. And, oh, yeah, John, yeah, of course, John.
Well, those are
Favreau,
idiots. Those are morons.
Yeah,
Those are
The people
fools.
who don't know who John Favreau is.
Yes.
Are they idiots if I were to say, because see, I always say, have you ever seen Swingers?
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, look, that for our generation, but see, I honestly think that was too small a movie to like hold on anybody that's not us.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Have you ever seen Made with it's another Vince Vaughn movie?
I don't
the
think
other
I've
one.
even seen Made.
The other one of those two movies.
If you said okay, and honestly, if okay, here's the litmus test. If you said like, have you seen Iron Man?
Right.
You know his bodyguard. Like
Yeah.
if they don't know that, then they're fucking just give up on him. But like we live in such a media centric fucking world. Like if you don't know who John Favreau is, then you should just seriously like get the Hitler gun and dig a hole.
Now, does he have an affair with Aunt Meg?
Aunt May.
Aunt May.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, this guy.
Sort not an affair. I mean, she's a single lady.
She's a
you
single
know?
lady.
Oh, right. Does he have a soiree?
Yes.
Gotcha.
And the funny part is he thinks it's more exclusive than she does, and he's disappointed.
He is
Yeah,
disappointed.
I mean, yeah. Meg's not exclusive.
May.
That's why we can't.
Aunt Meg, George Michaels, whatever. All right.
And it's Marissa Tomei, and you know
It is
somebody like
Marissa Tomei.
somebody like John Favreau is lucky they even had a soiree.
Yeah, that's right. That sweaty body on top of her for 6 to 8 minutes at a time. Hoo-wee, the friction.
Lots of friction.
All right. Well, listen, let's get on to some bigger things here. This is coming out of what's okay. I see au.news. Is this all for Australia?
Probably.
Yes.
au.news.yahoo.com /
Yes,
and then
it's an Australian news story that's been provided to the.
oh, right here I should read the headline: embarrassing list of goals found on a lost phone on an Aussie ski resort. So that makes sense that it would come out of this. Okay, so a phone comes up. They dig it out of a ski resort. Mountain, a snowboarder found it, and it has 8 to-do lists for this person. So, Murr, we were going to say we'll read these off, but what were you going to say? We ought to do it as if we wrote this list on a phone that we lost 10 years ago.
Okay, well, bottom line is like, so this phone's lost at the resort, and the phone was obviously owned by somebody. I'm gonna say between the ages of 18 and 25. And
Okay,
they
here.
had
Get jacked and be 87 kilograms.
right, which is like okay, so I don't know what 87 times 2.2 is, but like you know, like somewhere like in the 200-pound range. Like get jacked and be like 200 plus pounds. Like-
It's about 191. Got it.
Okay, all right. So continue. Go ahead. Go through his list.
Quit all nicotine.
That's okay. All right. I applaud you for that. Go ahead.
Have 25,000 in the bank account. I don't know if the
Okay.
Aussie dollar is comparable to
It's-
the American, but
Very comparable to the American dollar. And so, like,
Okay.
for somebody, again, in that age range, look, I think there's a lot of Americans in my age range that would say, like, man, I'd love to have $25,000 in my bank account. As a,
right.
oh, shit, my washer and dryer went up.
Got that propane tank. Number 4, have motorbike. Doesn't even say have a. Just he just bypassed the have
he's-
motorbike.
Okay, again, in his defense, which I'm doing a lot of, you know, it's like, have a vehicle. Have a way to get around. Don't use public transportation. Be independent.
Yeah. Oh, so
Or
these are
Be a twat and have a fucking, like, crotch rocket that you
Yeah.
annoy the fucking general public with. Either way.
these are either criticisms or compliments of said goals. That what we're
Well,
doing?
I guess the bottom line is like the way they like angled the story was like humiliating like to-do list found on phone. So one, like somebody found this phone, they went through it, they were like trying to figure out the owner and who had the phone, and they happened upon this guy's like life goals list, and they're making fun of him for it in a fucking national Yahoo News story. And I'm thinking
Yeah.
like, okay, depending on this person's age, like those are actually legitimate goals. Like get jacked. Oh, so you're making fun of this guy for wanting to get in shape and be a certain like, you know, a certain body type?
Yeah.
Fuck you for that.
Quit nicotine.
Quit nicotine. That's a look, bottom line is nicotine is marketed to fucking young kids and young
Sure.
adults. Got hooked on it, wants to get off of it. Good for them for wanting them to better themselves.
Okay.
Have a
25
motorbike.
grand. 25
Have
grand is-
$25,000. Hey, I want to be smarter with my economic policy moving forward. What's to make fun of there? And I just think about like some of the goals I had at like a similar age, like hook up with a chick at a bar, cause that's what I should do. You know what I mean? Like I didn't have a lot of fucking like uplifting goals. This person sounds like they're young and naive, but they don't want to be a fucking burden on the world
Okay.
in the next year or so.
All right. What's it? Have motorbike, 25 grand. Okay. Get better at fighting.
Okay. You know what? At 44, I'm probably going to do. I'm probably going to sign up for jujitsu here soon.
All right. Fair enough. This is abbreviated and it's somewhat culturalized, but I think I can break it down. Get good marks at uni. So I'm assuming it's grades at the university.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so now we've narrowed it down even further. So this person is somewhere between the ages of what, 19 and 23.
Sure.
Is this a negative list in your opinion? Like looking through it?
Thus far, no. But number 7 have 3 girls on the roster.
Well, okay. He wants options. All right. I can't. You can't blame a guy for that. Have 3 girls on the roster. So he wants to be in the dating world, and he wants to not just fall for the first lass that like accepts his dinner date. Like
Right.
self-worth is what I'm reading into that one.
Okay. And then don't get a
Right.
haircut for 3 months.
Don't get what?
Haircut for 3 months.
Okay. You know what? All right. Okay.
He
Is
wants to
somebody
look like Paul Hogan. He's an Aussie. You know, he wants to get that fucking.
The
gold
ladies
box.
love the hair, man. I'm telling you.
I'll tell you this, as somebody who is now follically deficient, I'm actually upset with myself that I never grew my hair long. Like I never gave myself the opportunity to see what that looked like on me. And anybody that's ever grown their hair long-ish knows that there's like a period of time where you look like a fucking turd. Like there's just an ugly duckling phase of growing your hair long. And if you don't like let yourself get past that, you'll never know. And so he's saying, hey, I'm going to give myself that time. I'm going to look at me and say, you know what? You're worth it. You're worth letting that hair grow a little. You're worth looking ugly for 2 months to let this bad boy get into a man bun. And I respect it. I respect this guy. I want to find this guy. I think this guy should come on like Jimmy Fallon or some other dumbass show like that nobody watches anymore, and he should be able to explain his case.
Well, I mean, I don't necessarily know if there's much of a case to be explained. I mean, it's a pretty cut and dry list. It's not like he has
Okay.
to justify this.
What was your fucking 23-year-old Wes Fox? Here's my goal. Here's my 5 goals for the next like
All
year.
right. 23. All right. One was always get a job, because at 23 I was out of college and I needed. I mean, the household rules were pretty standard. Either you're in school or you're going to work. So I just wanted to be self-sufficient. Wanted to be economically distant and or non-reliant upon my parents. Which even still at 23 I was living with my parents, but that's okay. Oh man. Let's see here.
See? At least this guy took the time to fucking put his finger on his fucking phone and like say these are the things I want to do. I think that where I took umbrage with the article is that they were like embarrassing blah 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 blah. I'm like, what's embarrassing about that? This guy's
Let me
every
control F this. Did it say embarrassing?
every
Oh, it
single,
does. It was it was actually in the title. Yeah. embarrassing.
every single thing this guy listed was a positive change to his current life. And that's where I think the world is fucked up. Alan, at 23, did you have a positive Alan Giannis fucking list of the ways you wanted to improve yourself?
Nah.
Yeah, it was get rid of the VHS porn and upgrade a DVD.
Yeah.
Get 3 DVDs in rotation.
It was a lot about like, which nights were dollar bottles, which nights were bottomless cups. That's how I bettered myself by staying frugal, but also maintaining a light alcoholism through my early 20s.
Yeah.
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 So no, I didn't. I mean, like I said, I didn't. I think I was still smoking cigarettes, maybe.
was gonna
So
say, sure, I wasn't quit all
wasn't trying to
nicotine.
quit nicotine. You know, I don't think I was doing a lot of that guy's stuff.
I know one of the things, and I swear to God, and this is embarrassing but real. So, as far as like consuming shit, I made a deal with myself. You could smoke as much weed as you want, but you have to go to class. So that was the deal. It's like, if you take a bong rip, you go to class. End of story. If you don't go to class, you don't get a bong rip. What do? You take a bong rip and you go to class. That's how I succeeded in my academic achievements. And how
Really?
lame is that in comparison to what this fucking guy at the ski resort fucking lost on his fucking phone? And I hope he fucking stuck to those goals. And I hope he's nicotine free. I hope he's 191 pounds and fucking jacked. I hope he's
Hope
he's
you
got a
got a
motorbike.
got a degree at the uni.
Yeah, I hope he, and you know what? Come on. Let's be honest. It's not that hard to get a degree at fucking uni anymore.
There's a Perth U or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One or the other. There's two cities.
Melbourne. Well, there's a few.
They
There's
teach
Sydney,
alligator
Perth.
wrestling and shit. Yeah.
It's a
Crocodile hunting.
crocodile, yeah, saltwater croc, and scorpion flicking. And then there's film. They have a film class where you just watch Mad Max over and over again.
Nice.
But they
That's right.
blur out Mel Gibson's face because he's a national pariah.
It's yeah, that's right. Well, I have no bones about. Yeah, you're right, Mur. Now that you shed some light on this is bullshit. Someone finds this and goes, hey, look at this. Someone has goals. You know what? Fuck these people. You write down your goals. I hope you achieve them. Right? Because
Yeah.
we just sat here and we were like, what did you want to do when you were 23? And all I wanted to do is get a job and get the fuck out of the house. I mean, and then yeah, there's a few things I wanted to do. I wanted to drink beer, get laid, go to Orioles games, be a relatively decent golfer with putting as little effort as I could into being a good golfer as humanly possible. Let's see. I wasn't like starting a podcast. Never really too many dreams or aspirations. Get jacked? I don't know. I worked out 2-3 times a week. Played a little soccer. Quit all nicotine? I don't know. I never really started, but I never really quit at any point.
Schrodinger's
But-
nicotine habit.
Motorbike? Hell no. Too big of a pussy for that. Get
Dude.
better at fighting? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Never really needed to get good or bad. I was kind of like okay at it.
Yeah, but see, you're also like, again, you're speaking from. We've talked about this before. You're speaking from the vantage point of a 6 foot tall man,
Yeah.
around 200 pounds. Like you can just impose your will upon a good segment of the American society. Whereas like somebody like me and Alan, not necessarily like. So I want to get good at fighting because I don't want to ever be presented with that situation where like somebody's like quote unquote bullying my family in some capacity, and I should be like, oh, you're right. I'm sorry. Let me go this way. I'll go this way because you want to come this way because I'm a pussy and I don't know how to defend myself. I want to get to a point where I can be like, man, I'll fucking choke you out. I'll choke you out right now, and I'll make you look like a bitch in front of all these people. So try me. I want to be there. I think that might be my next goal, as I don't want to fight, but I want to choke you out and make you look like a bitch in front of everybody.
All right, so put it on a list on your phone. Number one.
And then throw it in
and
the
then lose it at a ski resort.
Yeah.
exactly.
Do
And then
you
get a
ski
new
much?
and then get a new Yahoo news story. Man creates uplifting positive
44-year-old
list.
44-year-old leaves phone at ski resort and leaves a very unfinished list of life goals at 44. Get better at fighting. Oh, it's inspiration. He had so much more. I know I wanted to say. It's finish 68-ounce steak at Texas Roadhouse.
I do want to do that once. I do want to finish. Okay, maybe that'll be my shitty fucking like middle-aged man fucking list. It's like complete a food challenge at a like whatever, one of those fucking like resort star fucking restaurants.
Yeah.
I do want to do that. I watched that. By the way, when you tried the burrito and then that chick fucking like put that video online?
I ate I ate there about 2 weeks ago, and I got a little bit what do they call that, stage fright, just walking into the place.
I'm telling you, after watching her, I get it. I get the strategy. It's like you have to go ravenous
Yeah.
so your body doesn't understand what's happening to itself.
For those of you who are listening and don't know, I tried a 2-pound burrito. It was a 2.5 pound burrito challenge at a place called Blue Agave in Federal Hill, and went in there thinking I'd use the entire 45 minutes to do it. I got about, I would say, somewhere between 60 and 70% done, and then didn't eat for a day and a half after that. But there is a professional eater who won a wing bowl in Philadelphia that I was at, by the way, where she ate like 307. Alan, you were there. We watched this fucking 145-pound woman eat 300 some odd wings at 7 a.m. on. But yeah, she does it in 90 seconds. And it is fucking disgusting. She is like, it looks like, Christ, what's that Hannibal Lecter movie where he pushes over Gary Oldman, who's in the wheelchair, and the pigs are like,
Dude, it reminds me of like a Resident Evil fucking character, just like consuming a fucking body, just like just
Yeah.
continuously shoving into their face, and that's what you got to do. You got to trick your body, like is it like I think that's what it is. Is you thought the strategy was like I will nitpick and eat at a consistent pace, and then I will finish, and it's like no.
Well,
Nah.
the thing, because I have been a grazer for a long time. Now that doesn't mean like I don't have a big appetite, but I can sit there and chips and dips and appetizers and entree and then a dessert. And I thought like, yeah, I just, if I don't fucking gorge myself, I'll steadily be hungry. And this shit, oh boy,
No.
learned my lesson. Anyway, all right. So the 68-ounce steak, learn jujitsu, and then what else you got? Like something like a 4-hour boner and grow your hair out or something.
I got the 4-hour boner. I'll show you right now. But to grow my hair out, I'm going to need a little bit of medical technology.
All right, Alan, you got a list yourself? You want to lose your phone somewhere? Maybe at a go-kart track or something?
Specifically at a go-kart track in Ocean City. Go to Start Nicotine again. That's on my list. I don't know.
You know what? I do feel like Alan's list is like the perfect list. Like I want to do bad things that are fun.
Like if I make it to like 80, I'm gonna do heroin. Fucking shit like that.
Wow, it'll probably be good by then too.
Yeah, pure and
Yeah,
legal.
good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is so my mom was doing she was doing
Heroin?
something like a what's up? Were you gonna say?
Heroin?
No, my mom was not doing heroin, by the way. No, she was working at a retirement community. Well, she was volunteering after she retired at a retirement community, and then they hired her part time because they're like, "Oh, you're really good. We want to hire you." And it's like a 90 or 91-year-old woman who's like, I really want to start smoking. I didn't. I smoked some cigarettes when I was a teenager, and I had Winston's. God, I really would like to just start smoking. I remember my mom was like, "Fuck it, you're 90. Just have some cigarettes. Enjoy yourself."
Good for her. Good for
Yeah.
her. Good for both of them. Good for your mom, and good for the lady who decided she wanted to smoke some no bullshit cigarettes. That's the way Winston fucking presents themselves. We ain't got no filler. We're just tobacco and God.
God's involved. Yeah.
Yeah. Between you and the devil, whatever you want to do. But because I started smoking Winston's and then moved on to Marlboros. And I could take or leave. No, what's funny about that is like Winston's like slogan at the time was like basically they were hiding it. They were like no bullshit. And it was basically like we're just tobacco wrapped in a fucking like rice paper. Smoke us if you want us. And I could take or leave a Winston. But once I got on Marlboros, oh, that was the end of the road, buddy. That was 20 years of addiction right there.
20 laps around the Daytona 500.
Yes, sir. Yeah, but at
All
that
right.
age, man, fucking do whatever you want.
You're right. Wait, man. You know what? Do us a favor. Make us smarter.
I'll
Let's
do
fact
just
it up.
that.
Let's
get
fact
some
it up.
fucking facts in your fucking body. Let's get some nicotine for the brain, if you will. Let's get to your fun fact, motherfucking Friday right now. Brought to you, of course, by your great friends over at the Shin Splints Recovery Group. If you've got any pain below that knee and above that ankle, you find these motherfuckers over at Facebook.com. You type yourself in Shin Splints Recovery Group, and oh yeah, you will find a whole group of motherfuckers out there that have some pain, and they want to discuss it with you, and they want to try to find themselves a little bit of a reprieve from that pain, and you may or may not be able to give them any suggestions, but I guarantee you won't be able to, because it's just one of those things that happens to people. I'm drunk.
Okay.
Key Largo, Montego.
Montego.
Let's go in the
Montego.
Shin.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I forgot I was supposed to do that. All right. Let me try to think of one here real quick. All right.
You're on the
Okay.
spot. Don't worry about it. You don't. We'll do it. We got
How
some time.
fucking dare you?
You said you're drunk. Listen, man. Sorry, you have goals. Fine.
Well, I got into a
44?
little Randy Macho Man Savage thing, and I thought I was working with something there, and it wasn't working. So here we are. So
No, we were laughing.
all right.
Alan, you were laughing, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Internally.
Of course.
Not outwardly, so people could see or hear.
Yeah. In my mind.
They're facts. They're fun. Oh, why don't we hear one to get us where we need to be to understand the world around us? Oh, Mr. Murr, give us some fun facts. We'll hear them and we'll get smarter. Let's hear some fun facts on a Friday.
That's pretty good. That's
All right.
that's solid.
He never ceases to amaze. We're gonna have to get some something obscure next.
Yeah, we
couple
gotta
weeks,
get
but
some
whatever.
good-
Yeah.
All right, let's get to it. Your mental floss. Amazing facts. Did you know? In the early 20th century, cigars were common prizes for shooting games and other carnival contests. If you fell short of the target, a carnival barker might shout, quote, "Close, but no cigar." Eventually, people started using the phrase to refer to any near miss.
You know, I was editing / going across a few things from our inventory and social media bits, and there was one where you was like, "Make American boozier." And it had to do with like just the generalized part of the time. Do you think we need to make America smokier again, where cigars are handed out during carnival prizes? Yeah, if you're the first in the water ratio, win yourself a Dominican. Beautiful goddamn specimen right here.
I think we need to stop taking ourselves so fucking seriously. I think we everything's been so sanitized. Like, I mean, think about that. Like, you go to a fucking carnival and you I don't know, you win a cigar. That's cool. That's just cool. But the FDA says that cigars cause this. And it's like, fuck you, Jesus Christ. Can we have some fun again? Like, that guy can either
Kids
hand-
included, of course, right?
What's that?
Kids included, of course.
I don't know. It doesn't say kids included, but I probably was. Probably was.
Probably. I fucking guarantee it.
Okay.
I'll bet you a whole box of Cubans that kids were winning cigars.
Fair enough. I don't. Ew, fucking. But back then, man, we were so worried about just surviving. We didn't care how you enjoyed yourself. We need to get back to how do we enjoy ourselves again? That's what I want. I don't care how that is or what that is. Just get back to fucking enjoying our goddamn selves. This life ain't fucking long, man.
But wait, hold on. So you are advocating for cigars to be won at
I'm
carnivals
not
again?
specifically advocating for cigars to be one, but something of
Winston's? Cigarettes? Close, but no cigarette.
No bullshit. I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm advocating for, but I'm advocating for not taking shit so seriously anymore.
That's fine. I listen. I can find common ground in that, and you're right. I agree. Alan, what do you think? Winston's, cigars, Dominicans, Cubans, parliaments with a little bit of yak stuff down in them.
American spirits.
American spirits. You're right. That's a wholesome thing.
Yeah.
Native American. You know.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
there's no additives. They
additives.
last like 10 times longer than a normal cigarette, which makes you feel like a real shitbag. Because your buddies are all done smoking like 3 minutes later, and you got half a cigarette left. You're like, I'll be in a couple minutes.
I always like if I bum one and somebody gives me an American Spirit, I'm immediately like, I appreciate that. You smoke a good cigarette. Also, I'm not smoking this whole thing. Don't be pissed that I throw like a third of it away.
That's fair. 100% fair.
I got shit to do.
Close, but no American spirit in ya.
I know. You know what's funny about that whole statement, though, is that that's how much we're doing stuff. Like, that we don't have an extra 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I got to go do something else. I don't have time to finish this fucker.
I just think for me, it's like it messes up my timing. I used to have like cigarettes pretty timed out, and then you give me an American Spirit, and I'm like, why the fuck am I still here? Like,
Oh, no. I remember, like, on the radio, fucking running outside. I knew exactly. I could smoke a whole cigarette in 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
yeah.
And then, but American Spirit, oh, no.
Better
You
set
just-
aside like 10.
Yeah, you better put in fucking Green Day, fucking Jesus is Suburbia, which is a 9.5-minute song.
Nah, just put on Fish, and you could play. You could smoke 3 of them back to
You
back.
could just maybe like 2.5, honestly. For being real.
This is going to be a very shitty, long-running joke on the podcast. Now you understand this, right?
But
Yes.
that's fine. By the way, true story. This guy that I worked with, he did a specialty show where he played like songs from the 70s. Any which way, he played Inagata DeVito one night, right?
And
he went out to- Which is a 20-minute song. Well, he
Yeah.
fucked up, and he accidentally scheduled it twice in a row. It was an hour show. So 40 minutes of his show was 2 versions of Inagata DeVita. So he basically had time for one more song and commercial breaks. That was it. All because he wanted to smoke a cigarette. I'll insert this song. I accidentally hit it twice. I missed the end of the first song, and now it's played 2 times in a row.
I hope
there's
he enjoyed
40
it.
minutes. Yeah,
Hope he enjoyed those 2 American spirits.
yeah. And I was with him, and we did. And did you know, Alfred Hitchcock, who was born on August 13th, 1899, may have been the master of suspense, but he was terrified of eggs. Quote, "They revolt me," he once said in an interview. The white, round thing without any holes. Have you ever seen anything more revolting than an egg yolk breaking and spilling its yellow liquid? Blood is jolly red, but egg yolk is yellow. Revolting. I've never tasted it.
Ooh. I actually looked up. There's ovophobia, which is a fear of eggs.
That makes
It's
sense.
a branch of cebophobia. I don't know what that is. Interesting. But Hitchcock, he wasn't the, I don't know, he wasn't the inventor of horror movies, but the inventor of a certain genre of horror movies.
Well, suspense. I think suspense and horror are 2 different things. Suspense is like suspense gets inside your imagination. It makes you afraid of something that's not actually being portrayed. And that's a craft. That's an art. Like whereas like horror is I'm going to show you the most evil thing I can and like affect you. Whereas suspense is like, no, all I'm doing is playing a weird musical note, and you're imagining the horror. I'm making you imagine something I'm not even showing you. And that's what he was the master of.
Yeah.
And that's
By the
brilliant.
way, cebophobia is a fear of food, just in general.
Mm.
You imagine that?
No.
You imagine
Jesus
that?
Christ.
No.
What do
When
you
I get
do?
upstairs, I'm gonna make myself the biggest slice of leftover pizza. I'm gonna dump fucking Parmesan cheese on it. and fucking like fresh fucking pepperoni slices.
Crack an egg on that too.
God damn it! I'll just drink the fucking yolk out of the fucking shell. God damn.
Like Rocky, bro. Like Rocky.
I'm fucking drunk already. I can take it.
Al, what did I mean? Do you have a take on? Was it the fear of eggs? I mean, that's just ridiculous, right?
That's just a little preposterous.
Well, I would have said what about Hitchcock, and you went fear of eggs, which is the most like 1% thing to be afraid of. Like you could have
Yeah.
gone like, what do you think of Hitchcock films? No, what do you think of eggs? Are you scared?
Well, what do you think of Hitchcock's films? What do you think of what do you what do you think of George Michael's Hitchcock's films?
I think they're a little eggy.
It is. You're right. It is a little bit. And the Rotten Tomatoes says tomatoes with eggs on Hitchcock films, right?
It's Rotten Tomatoes says 14% eggs out of 100 or whatever. I don't know, man. It does seem like a very odd thing for him to be scared of. Like, I expected him to be scared of fucking something actually scary.
Look, I'll say when I was a kid, I wasn't exactly thrilled about like a runny egg. I'm not even really a big fan of like,
I don't like a
fried
runny egg,
eggs.
Yeah.
But I like an egg medium. So it does
Over medium? Yeah.
over medium. So it like when you cut it, it does like quote unquote bleed a little bit, but it's like almost congealed to where it's almost like it's almost like a jelly more than it is like a runny like raw egg yolk.
Yeah, like a chicken embryo that's been smothered.
Yeah. No, see, I don't like my whites runny at all. So I would probably call myself like an over hard kind of guy, honestly, just to be
But
safe.
see, over hard means like that yolk when you cut it, it's just staying right what it is.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Like, it's a fine line between like that over medium and over hard kind of. You know what I mean?
I'm more of an
Yeah.
I'm an over medium guy.
But I also usually eat scrambled eggs.
I love scrambled. I'll make you the best. It sounds like I'm hitting on you. Listen,
Weird.
Alan, I'll make you the best scrambled eggs you ever had.
Hey,
I prefer waffle.
come on over. He'll throw on Hitchcock, and we can enjoy some eggs together.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. I'll put on rear view.
I was gonna say birds, but whatever.
Nah, rear view's better. I'll make you some scrambled eggs.
All right, he said yes, motherfucker.
I'm
Stop
down.
just.
Do it.
I make them with a lot of cheddar cheese too.
Ooh. What's a fear of cheese? Hold on, let me see.
Tyrophobia.
Oh yeah, that's right. Tyrophobia.
That's how words work.
Fun facts from a week ago.
Did you know? In the Middle Ages, some Germans believed that kissing a donkey could relieve a toothache.
That's
Man,
got
old time humans were so interesting.
Well, it makes me wonder if like the phrase like "kiss my ass" if it came from something like that, like if at one time it was innocent and then it became vulgar.
I think, see, Murr, now I think about it, you hit the sweet spot of like close but no cigar. And this is back when people got to a point where they could live comfortably and enjoy themselves. Mm-hmm. And then you tell us a tale about a time when someone was so desperate that their tooth ached so fucking bad that they were willing to French kiss a fucking land mammal of any kind, not human. Like,
What kind was it? You said a goat?
donkey.
Donkey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, kiss my ass. I wonder if that's where it came from. By the
Could
way,
be.
another unrelated fun fact, but related, that I read the other day is like, okay, so Nimrod. Do you remember
I'm
Bugs
familiar with
Bugs Bunny calling Elmer Fudd a Nimrod all the time?
Yeah, sure.
In the historical archives, I think Nimrod was either a Greek or Roman god of hunting. He was the god of hunting. He was the best. And then when Bugs Bunny started calling Elmer Fudd, you Nimrod, it became a negative term. And so, like, when I hear things like this, like kiss my ass, I wonder if at one time it was like, no, come kiss my ass. It's gonna help you out. I'm gonna help you. Kiss my ass. I'm doing you a favor. And then all of a sudden it became like, no, this is stupid because it doesn't fucking work. Kiss
Right.
my ass.
That's no, you're right. You're absolutely. I can see the root cause, and I can see at some point that just being just super gullible. By the way, that's stupid. By the way, that's all. That's like, yeah, put your tongue out. Put your tongue out. Yep, you're cured. Give it a day. That toothache's gonna go away. There, you got a couple shekels.
Or maybe donkeys have a a numbing effect. I don't know.
Yeah, like when a Komodo dragon bites its prey and then it dies a week later. Same thing. Donkey like tongue muffs you, and then you're like, ooh. Tongue punches your fart box, and then you're good to go.
Speaking of muffs and fart boxes, did you know Julia Child, who was born on
Tongue punch my fart box.
Julia Child, who was born on this day in 1912, worked for the OSS during World War II. While working in the emergency sea rescue equipment section, she helped the team develop a recipe for shark repellent.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So wait, was it more like a chum, or did you like rub it on yourself if the ship sank?
I would say it was. And I understand your question, but I would say it would be like the most anti-chum there is.
Yeah.
But like anybody that's not aware of Julia Child, like, I mean, she's on the tail end of our youth, where it's like she was like the original Gordon Ramsay. She had a cooking show. She came on. Well, today we're going to make a rum. We're going to make a rum cake. But apparently, she worked as a special operations officer for the fucking like royal fucking family and helped thwart the Nazis. Apparently, she went around to fucking dinner parties and spied on people, and also created a shark repellent. So apparently, she figured out what the sharks didn't like to eat, and presented that to the Royal Navy, and was able to save them from fucking being eaten by sharks while doing like deep sea bullshit.
Can you imagine, like, maybe in my mind there could have been like some trial and error where she was like, "Oh, just put your hand out there with this little thing. I don't think the sharks will like it." Like, okay, the shark like that. We can check that one off the box. All right, next, put your hand in there, sailor.
They love garlic, apparently. Let's try some nutmeg.
Narrow this down here.
National treasure. Julia Child. Not our national treasure.
And
their
only
national treasure.
only like 11 years younger than Alfred Hitchcock. 1899 and what did you say?
1912.
13 years. Well, yeah.
It is amazing what your mind holds on to. And
Yeah, right. It's like, what?
Well, I mean, I heard the date because Hitchcock is a year younger than my grandfather. By the way, I'll have you know that. And so I was kind of once I heard that, it clung true, and then I heard her birthday, and it was like, oh, shit, bam, 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 look at that,
bam, Emerald Lagasse.
Yeah, that's right.
If only he could have created a stingray repellent for Steve Irwin. The world would be a better place.
Yeah, it's too soon.
And then I can only by the way, when you were talking about the cooking show that she was on, it always reminds me I don't remember his name, don't remember the show. I feel like it was on the same channel as Julia Child's, but it was this old Louisiana guy who spoke with a very, very deep French. What's the French American Creole? And he was like, "Oh yeah, okay, yep." Then you dump that in you, and then you get it all. And I like he had overalls and a bow tie, and man, I would have loved to have sat front and center and just ate what that fucker cooked.
Huh.
Yeah.
I'll do some research after this show.
Yeah.
That sounds like my cup of tea. That sounds like something Netflix needs to bring back.
I think so.
But finally, Did you know bum fodder is a 17th century word for toilet paper?
Bum fodder.
Is that not perfect? Is that not the perfect fucking 1600s word? Bum fodder? Like,
Yeah.
why did we change it? Toilet paper? That's fucking lame. I might start a bum fodder fucking company tomorrow. We should all invest in a bum fodder company. Because if you call it bum fodder and then get a fucking, like, veteran to be, like, the face of the company, fodder, like bum fodder, you're fucking, you killed Charmin. Charmin's dead tomorrow. If
We should
start bum
become
fodder.
we should become obsessed with bum fartering.
I agree with you. I think we already are. Anybody that listens to the show knows that we're obsessed with bomb fodder.
I'm gonna be next time we run out. I'm gonna be like, Kelly, we need some bum fodder. She's gonna be like,
Right? Doesn't that make more sense? It's
And then
fodder.
When
Like-
she asks you what is that, you should just say,
No, I'll
Figure it
give
out?
her So I already if I think she should already know what a word means, I define it with the word, and she gets furious about it. So she's just gonna get a dose of that. We'd be like, it's fucking bum fodder. I don't understand. I don't understand the question.
I mean, fodder means collateral, right? Collateral, like for the damages that are coming, and
Yeah.
bum means your ass. So bum fodder, like it's the perfect word. I don't know why we got away from it in the first place. If in the 1600s they had paper that you wiped across your asshole, why were we using outhouses and fucking corn cobs to fucking clean our butts? Like, what is that about? Like bum fodder, like that. I don't know. I think censorship laws in America probably had something to do with it, and this is why you need deregulation.
it's no wonder at one point we were fucking giving out cigars to kids at fucking fairs.
Yeah, because we didn't have bum fodder. That's why. And that's your Fun
Bum.
Fact Friday.
It's like I watched. I don't even know what show it was from, but it was just a little clip I saw on TikTok, and it was like, I don't know, 1800s, and two ladies walking up to the bar and trying to order a drink, and the bartender was like, "You know you can't drink in here. You're women," and then turned to the two guys to the next to him, and it's like two 10-year-old kids, and he's like, "How you doing, gentlemen? You got get you guys anything?" He's like, "Oh yeah, hard day at work. Let me get a beer." And he fucking sits a beer down in front of him. It's like, that sounds about right. Good stuff.
That's funny. There's actually a really good. Was it Andy? Is it Andy Milanakis? Or maybe who's the? No, it's
Blast
who's
from
the?
past.
Who's the guy? Who's the young kid that Jimmy Kimmel used to? The one I remember is he set up a beer
Yeah,
stand.
That's
like,
him.
would you ladies like
Andy
to buy a
Milonakis,
beer?
yeah.
Was it him? Yeah.
Yeah. He wasn't young though. He was like
No,
he
he was
had
like
a
30.
and he had a growth disorder. So yeah.
Yeah. That's made it great. Tonight on Before You Go, what are we calling this? Barapalooza?
Oh shit! I wasn't prepared for Barapalooza. I thought we were doing the. We'll leave you with this.
No, we'll leave you with this after after you guys tell us what your favorite bear story was or not. Do you want to hold off on that?
No,
Oh
whatever you
yeah,
want.
I didn't look at all the bear stories.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to audible on this one. That's okay.
Was there one with a black bear? That's mine.
Oh, there's one with multiple bears, man.
Multiple
Like,
black bears.
Oh,
Let's
yeah,
see
that's
here.
Mine, then. That's the one. That's the one I choose.
One escapes in Iraq. One
Oh yeah.
is just chilling in a pool in Southern California. One, the Chinese zoo insists that one is real when people say it's a human.
Oh, I've seen that one.
Hank the Tank, the bear behind 21 home invasions, has been captured. Dog chases bear away from a Connecticut toddler, so dog saves the day. And this one, bear crashes Colorado wedding, raids the dessert table. And he's legitimately up on top. I mean, this is like a pop-up tent type thing. Looks like it's an outdoor wedding. Christy,
venue.
what do they call it after the ceremony? The reception. That's right. It's a pop-up reception, and this bear is right on top of this thing, just devouring every bit of the catered food. I don't know. I'm kind of digging the one in Iraq. I don't know. Bears in Iraq.
Yeah,
don't know what
bears
to
in Iraq
do.
sounds crazy. Second.
Well, I mean, not really. I mean, think about it. Like, we're like a bear in Iraq. Like, no, the one that gets me the most is like the fucking Chinese bear that they think like our bear. Like, they're trying to give a show. You know what I mean? Have you seen the video of the guy or the guy? I'm pretending it's a guy. I'm imagining it's a guy. I actually argued with Maria that it was a guy at first. I was like, it's not a guy. It's just a bear. And he's like standing up and he's got some wrinkly skin. And the more they showed it, I was like, wait a second. I just saw a guy last week in a fucking $20,000 dog suit. I can 100% agree that this is because he's like posing for cameras and sticking his tongue out. And I'm like, no, that's a fucking dude in a bear costume.
It is a bear, dude. It's not a guy. You wouldn't put a fucking guy in a bear suit.
Are
I mean,
you Chinese?
Jackass?
Are you
Jackass?
China?
Jackass tried this. They put fucking Steve-O and Pontius in a lion suit and had him like trot out with a bunch of other fucking lions. They attacked it. All right, just that would not fly in a bear enclosure.
Have you
They're not
watched
all
the video?
human? I have, and I've seen other stuff where it's that same bear is doing normal bear stuff.
Do you think for a second though that China wouldn't put a guy in a bear suit to fucking entertain the crowd?
What do you have to? What do you?
I'm
have
just
to,
asking. I'm just asking.
This is.
I mean,
okay. Do I
with
think
America?
no?
Yes. The answer is yes.
No, I don't think they would. I don't think we would.
Yeah, we will.
I disagree with you, Alan.
Wasn't there a Simpsons episode where fucking Homer was doing the Charleston in a bear costume?
Okay. Now you've really devolved it. I mean, like we're going like how far would you go to sell tickets to like a cartoon? I like, but Alan, I wouldn't put it past a specific zoo to do it. But I also wouldn't put it past the entire country of China to do it, to fucking make a national headline. Look how great our bear is. Our bear is greater than any American bear.
But it's very clearly not. It's not. It doesn't. It's not even the size of a. It's like the size of a fucking large dog. We have fucking
Alright.
bears the size of fucking Mack trucks here.
I know. All right, Wes, can we get it? Can we get the video footage of this
All
fucking
right, let's see
China
here.
bear?
China bear,
Yeah, like,
sticks tongue out.
Just think of
walks
how
around.
small the bear has to be for you to even conceive that it could be just a human.
Okay, and I'm not. Look, bottom line is like I got into an argument with my wife over it being a real bear or not. Like, and I argued that it was a real bear, and then I saw more footage of it, and I was like, "Fuck, I think I'm wrong." What, Wes?
No, I'm just saying this is ridiculous. Hold on. You're right. I mean, this thing, especially right here.
Yes, yes. Like, all right, click it. Click that one and click the side view. Like, hi everybody, I'm Bobcat Goldbear. Like, okay, the one you have on the screen to the right, the main one. Like,
This
look
guy?
at to your right. No, go back. That one. Look now. You see the big picture to your right of the screen, further over to the right, that one.
Yeah.
Okay, look at his ass. Now
Mhm.
that's the reason. Is like, look how straight the back is, the wrinkles of the ass. Okay, so maybe it's a malnourished bear. I won't take that away, but look at the feet. This like that looks that. Look at the neck, and then all of a sudden, like he's got a 4-foot neck with a real bear head. I'm like, wait a second, hold on. And then I have to remind myself how far technology's come, and like, oh, maybe they have an animatronic bear face.
Look, he's waving.
Hey everybody, how you doing out there? Thanks for coming to the Chengchi Zoo. We didn't
Oh,
create the
yeah.
movie. Yeah, look at the wrinkles. Like if that was a real bear, I just don't feel like. Again, maybe it's malnourished, so it's either a really sick bear, or it's a guy in a bear suit.
Well, I mean,
Down.
it's not even sick. Like that's common in fucking like bears who come out of hibernation, because all of their
It's in a
fat
zoo.
stores have been- Yeah, I get it, but they still hibernate. Like that's a natural thing that they do.
I know. Okay, Wes. Now click on. I mean, look. Bottom line is like I think. Look, At first, I was like, bullshit, it's a real bear. And then I legit went like, no, that's a fucking guy. So I'm definitely on the fence 50-50.
Well, okay, but hear me out on this, Murph, because you had like that. That person has to put a bear costume and then go into an enclosure with other bears.
Yeah,
Unless you're
and
assuming,
it's China.
but I understand, but unless you're assuming every bear in there is a human in a bear suit, if it's a man or a woman, if a human is inside a bear suit, inside of the bear enclosure, they're not going to accept it. The bears are going to be like, "Oh, yep, I got it. That
Again,
sounds great."
But Wes, my point would be, is in an American zoo, that would not fly, but in a
What do you
Chinese,
think? What do you think? They're spraying in a Chinese zoo.
Yeah, I
they're
was like, why?
spraying-
Like,
What-
what
what-
about
what's different
Chinese
about 'em?
zoos? Do you think?
no,
Are the
what I-
bears dumber?
crazy.
These dumb bears.
No. I don't think the bears are dumb in a Chinese zoo. I don't think anything about the bears are any different than any other bears in any other zoo. What I'm saying is if other bears started attacking the human in the bear suit in a Chinese zoo, I think they would be like, "All right, everybody, exhibit's closed. Move along." And
No,
they
but,
would.
but the bears are they're going to. It's
Yeah.
not like if the bears are going to attack.
Not necessarily, because they're used to people feeding them, so they might not attack them like immediately if you fed them like 5 minutes before you fed them a whole fucking bushel of like apples and fucking berries and shit like that, and then he's like, all right,
I think
zing
you're
zong.
way. I think you're way off on this.
I don't think I'm way off. I don't.
I'm
think
not. They're,
hold on.
They're not pack animals. But if a human's gonna put on some, and I don't even know what like exoskeleton this thing's gonna be made of, unless it's sprayed in bear spray or something like that. But they're gonna know something's up, and they're gonna know it's not a fucking bear.
Okay, but these are docile bears in an enclosure. They're not fucking wild bears, like, and maybe that's one of the handlers that they're not necessarily like opposed to coming into the enclosure.
So it's
I'm
like
saying-
a Dr. Doolittle.
And
in
but
a bear suit.
also what I'm saying is it's China, and this is a national zoo, and they want to like promote it, and they don't care if that guy in the suit gets mauled to death like 30 seconds after the video is taken. So
I think this is, if anything, this is more of like an exercise in what conservative media does to the fucking white man's brain. Because, like, this guy's over here being like, it's China that could be having fake bears in a fake bear exhibit for, like, that's the most ridiculous. It's the
With
stupidest shit I've ever
okay.
heard.
okay,
with
two
a bunch
things-
of docile bears that, and it could be a bear handler that they recognize the smell in the bear suit. And
wait,
As
hold
we-
on.
as- if you need that many ifs and could be's and buts for your conspiracy to potentially work, you're the wrong one.
No, two things here. One, you're partially right. Two, I'm partially right.
Okay.
Okay.
But
That,
what?
I guess.
that's where I'm willing to draw that line in the sand. That you might be right and I might be right. I'm not saying I am right. I'm saying I'm potentially right. Wait, hold on. How about this, Wes? Bring up any picture of any black bear, just that's not at China.
Okay, first of all, these aren't black bears.
Whatever
are-
they are. Bring up that bear in nature of any kind. And I'm just saying, that's a suspect photo. All of them.
Asian black bear.
The size of the neck, and the fact that he's like, "Hey everybody, how you doing today at the Beijing Zoo? I'm good. How are you?" Like, come on, man. And they had to go through a whole fucking like international fucking news story. Okay, look at those guys. Look how husky they are. So either China is malnourishing their bears, or that's a guy in a fucking suit, and that's where I'm drawing my line. Not one of those looks as thin as that. Even the guy over here, any of them, not one of them
Look,
looks.
see, he's popping around.
Yeah, but look at his neck. It's not 7 feet tall. It's not a 7 foot. It's again, I'm exaggerating. It's not a 3 foot neck on that guy.
Yeah.
And he's not standing like a dude. And look at the. It's so stupid. Anyway, I'm just saying I wouldn't put it past the Chinese government to try to promote their zoo by having a bear do some fucking funny regular dude shit, saying, "Hey, look at that. That's totally natural. Look how he's standing. He's flat-footed.
Look, he's also got a belly button and 2 nips.
It's the dumbest conversation. I love when Alan and I argue about the dumbest shit on earth.
I don't even have an argument. I'm here for the conspiracy, man. I like it. I like seeing the depths to which the human brain can go.
Yeah.
But I also
Cognitive dissonance.
I also want you to realize like fucking corrupt governments will do corrupt bullshit.
Oh yeah,
at the
I
most-
know that.
But at the most minimalist scale too.
But see, like that. See, that's the thing is like That's kind of where we start to stop. I'm like, nah, nobody's wasting time on this. What does the fucking Shanghai Zoo get out of fucking having a human-like bear? Like,
We got the best bears. You come here, our bears will interact with you.
What?
That's
Ready?
it.
that's not the best bear.
Come on.
That's clearly
Oh,
not
look
the
at
best
it
bear.
Hey everybody. I'm standing on this fucking rickety ledge. Completely. Oh, yippee-ki-yay. Now let me suck my own cock and I'll go back here.
That is clearly not how any human would have gotten out of that fucking standing position.
No, absolutely. Actually, it is. If you're wearing an 8-pound fucking animatronic fucking head, yeah, that's exactly how you do it. But again, I'm not saying I'm right, but I'm not willing to concede that I'm wrong.
Until they lift up the head, right? Until they cut open the suit.
And show me Richard Nixon underneath, and that's where I am.
I'm not a crook.
I'm a bear.
I'm a bear, man. All right. Alan, tell all the people who have visited the Shanghai Zoo within the last 30 days where you can find and listen to the Middle Class Holes.
Oh, well, you can check us out on all your favorite social medias. We're at MDL Class Holes on Instagram and Twitter. We're the Middle Class Holes on Facebook and TikTok and YouTube. And for your listening pleasures, please check us out on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. That's right.
Right, folks, we're going to cut away and leave you with a bit from... We're going to leave you a sting from a cut from his new album. We'll do it live. From 2 years ago, there was a bit where it was a botched castration. A goddamn psycho who wasn't in a bear costume was cutting guys' dicks off for, I think it was like $200-$300 a pop. And there was a botched castration, and lo and behold, the authorities got involved and they arrested this guy. Can't figure out why.
Government regulations.
They kicked the door in. He said, "Close, but no cigar." He was holding the penis in his hand. Have a listen to out of the great state of Florida, a botched castration piece. Check us again next week, Middle Class Holes, folks. Take her easy.
Okay, if you were soliciting non-practicing people to chop your balls off, you kind of get what you pay for at that point. I mean, it just seems as though the kind of person who wants their nuts removed on a whim kind of deserves to have a guy who lives in a 1-bedroom and, with a bunch of rubber bands.
Nah, it's a fucking studio, bud. There's just a cot in the corner. That's it. It's real slummy.
So
that's fucking wild. So he had his buddy could do it for him, right? That's how I heard that.
No, it's not even his buddy. He got on a service, like a web service, like a like a Craigslist style web service to like solicit for somebody who would cut their nuts off. I mean, I think what's even stranger, Wes, is that there's a guy who answers the ad.
Right.
Not even the person, because I believe there's lots of people who want weird shit done to their bodies. I think it's even stranger that there's somebody that's willing to do it for them.
I was like, yeah, I'll take a look at that. I'll see what that's like. It sounds interesting.
Swing by my studio in Central Florida. We'll hang out for a little bit. So the man's testicles removed during the procedure took several hours. That's
What? That's not how that works. That's not how that's supposed to work. I think it's fairly straightforward.
yeah.
But you got to cauterize. I think that's the key.
right.
You got to have fucking like iron.
They were in a pink
Well,
table atop a bedside stand when the detective showed up. Elsewhere in the room was a Nikon camera on a tripod that the gentleman used to record the castration. He planned to upload it to show his work. And this was seized. Asked by a detective about his extensive surgical tool collection, Van Ryswick answered, "I kind of like medical stuff." When the cop asked, "Is there another fetish for you or what?" Van Ryswick replied, "I suppose I could call them a fetish. It's kind of a prepper type, you know?" Whatever the hell that means.
Oh, he's
yeah.
like crazy. He's a crazy person.
Yeah.
Well, clearly, but he's a doomsday prepper.
So they asked about his experience. He said he performed 2 others and then also removed one of his own testicles back in 2012 without any painkillers.
Wow. Okay. Well, you know what? He's got a little more street cred. I mean, if you're going to be in the business, you know.
Weird flex.
You gotta, hey, do you have any experience? Hell yeah. Pulls his pants down. Look at that.
Look at that.
They call me
I cut that off.
They call me One Ball Gary. Look at that. Not for a reason.
But see, I don't know. Like, I think in the question, if you're interviewing people to cut your balls off, right? Or like in the questionnaire would be like, "Hey, how long did it take you to do that?" And he's probably be like, "Oh, you know, fucking 4 hours." Excuse me? No, nope. That's not. It should be much faster. I'm fairly certain.
Well, actually, it should be much slower because, I mean, okay, looking at history, they were castrating people for a long time. Like the Catholic Church was castrating the shit out of people just so they could still sing a falsetto.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's actually a pretty simple process from what I understand. It's like really tight rubber band. I don't know, a few Merlots, sit around, chat about what you think the Matrix meant for a little while. Hey, they're looking pretty blue. We ready to cut? Ready to finish the job? Yep.
Fucking
Little
guillotine.
twist, little pop. We're done here, you know? So maybe 4 hours, but I feel like he didn't use the proper 4-hour procedure. But as far as the cauterizing goes, Alan, a hot plate really only gets to a certain temperature. I don't know that it seals the wound.
Can you imagine trying to hold a hot plate? Like, you're like holding the base and trying not to burn yourself. It's a very dark image, but
that I fear. And though it may be a thrill, don't take me fishing near a hill. Just ask Miss Smith, give me a big old glass of beer. 'Cause I get drunk most every day. I always seem to find myself late. Might be on as fuck, I'm still riding like a pup. I fell down, but my dick's still up. Well, sometimes I may need a hand when I'm just too drunk to stand. I don't need your sympathy, keep your judgment too. 'Cause you just give it a little pull, and my dick's strong like bull, ready to satisfy my woman the whole night through. I get drunk most every day. Everyone knows Scooter is a gay. Might be on his fuck, I'm still riding like a pup. I fell down, but my dick's still up. I fell down, but my dick's still up. I fell down, but my dick's still up.